but, and I apologize for my English, but I'm just gonna try my best and say what I want to say now. It's honestly a lot of things I'm thinking about, but I think I have to make a few different videos, but I just want to make one to introduce myself and my vision for this channel. I've always been thinking a lot. I've been questioning everything since I was a little kid, and I think in school that wasn't really celebrated. You were supposed to just do what you were told to do and don't ask any questions about it, just do it. But for me it was very difficult to accept to having to do stuff that I didn't understand the purpose of see any meaning in. And I think somewhere along the road of being, you know, shaped into doing things in a certain way, not being allowed to do things my own way, because I have a very creative mind. I like to think out of the box, but I feel like I was constantly put right back into that box, which just never fit me, just didn't fit me. But what happened is, it's been a long road, but what happened is that at 19, I dropped out of high school, and I did not finish until last week, and now I'm 21. So in society's eyes, if I see myself through them, I feel like I've been a failure for the 3 past years, and that's something I felt a lot. You know, I've been traveling on and off for the past 3 years, but I've always felt like I have to hurry back. It's felt so temporary. It's felt like I've been irresponsible for doing that, for following my heart and doing what makes me feel alive and what I love to do. I felt irresponsible because I feel like this life that we're living now, especially I guess here in the West, maybe in particularly Norway, everyone runs into the same lane of living. I'm not saying it's anything bad with that. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people do that without asking any questions, because it's just how it is. You just go from high school, maybe a year off to travel, but then straight into university, and you know, it's celebrated to get a big house, a big career. That's like the responsible thing to do in today's society, I think. It feels like this life has become like a marathon, to be honest. That's what it feels like, a marathon. Everyone is just running in this specific lane, and I feel like when I've stumbled and fall, like when I've, for example, failed my exam and gone traveling, it's felt like I've fallen in that marathon. And I just feel people around me running past me, and I feel like I have to get up, I have to go back into the race so fast because people are passing me. But I feel like everyone's running towards this finish line. But what finish line? I feel we just rush through life so hard, and I feel like what's happened to me is that I eventually, you know, I saw my friends running past me. They're halfway in great bachelor's degrees, and I'm just here, just finished high school. But I feel like what happened is that I fell and I got up, and I fell and I got up so many times that eventually caused me to fall straight on my fucking face, which made me having to step out of this marathon for a little bit, just step out. And that's where I feel like I got a good side view. I got a different perspective of how people live their lives. I stood there catching my breath, and I mean, I've been wandering off to different paths. If this is the lane of a marathon that people are living, I've been out here doing my thing, I've been out here, you know, but I always felt like I have to hurry back and get that education, get all that stuff done. But then I think when I went to Jamaica, that's when everything changed for me, because I met so many people who were out there doing their thing, and they were doing just fine. And I connected to a lot of people there. I connected to people I thought had to be my age because of the connection we had was on such a deep level. But I asked them, like, how old are you guys? And hold on. And one of my friends tells me she's 39. And I go like, 39? Are you fucking 39 years old? I mean, you're so young. You're so young. And then it just came to me that I feel like a lot of people in today's world become so old so fast because of the lives that we're living. I think people don't start to question or realize that they're not living their authentic lives, their authentic selves at around 40. You know, when everything comes crashing down, they just can't run in this marathon anymore. I mean, I feel like that's why so many people have midlife crises, they have depressions, they have everything. And I don't think it's because that they are halfway through life and are getting scared to die. I think it's because they're halfway through life and realize that they haven't even started living. That's what I feel. I feel like it's scary how everything... This is not a video to bash on school system or nothing, but I feel like everything we learn in school, we learn everything except about ourselves. That's what I feel. And I just always wanted to get to know myself, get to know what I want before I make commitments that I just made without realizing maybe I didn't want to commit to them. I mean, all I want to say is to question things a little bit. Like, I want to get educated too, I owe that to my life, but to be honest, I would like to get educated by people who aren't educated to teach. I want to travel the world, I want to feel alive while I'm still young, while I can still smile and without wrinkles on my face, and I want to travel across the world while my legs can still carry me. And I'm so tired of feeling like that's irresponsible, that I'm doing something wrong for wanting to do that. I want to get educated, but I want to get educated by children of other religions to teach me what they believe in. I want to go and learn from other communities, to learn to smile about smaller things in life and get out of this materialistic chaos that I'm living in here. I want to get to know what gets my pulse pumping and my heart beating. I want to feel the way that I did as a kid before I was shaped and molded and defined by the way society looks at me. Like, I've totally forgotten everything that I used to love to do, which used to be, you know, drawing and painting and dreaming. I'm okay with some people wanting to have a great education. I think we are so blessed and so lucky to have this opportunity, but I think it's so sad that so many people have forgotten along the way what their true wish was, their true dream, and don't start questioning that again until they've done everything they're supposed to. After they've gone to university, after they've done all the responsible stuff to get a house and get children and everything. But I think a lot of people, they're dry by that time, by they reach that age. They've been responsible, but they're drained for everything that we were born with, is what I feel. I want to learn so much, but I want to learn from the world. I want to create, I want to produce, I want to write, but I want it to be based on real life experiences. And I want to find a different way of living. Because I think we are taught what defines happiness for us. You're taught that you need a steady economy, a good education from a good school that costs way too much than what you can afford without being in debt to the government that you will be paying for years ahead. And I'm not saying that I don't want that. I mean, maybe somewhere along the road I do, but I just want to, you know, before I apply for school, for an education I'm not sure that I want, which I sure as hell cannot afford with money I don't have from a loan I don't want to spend the next 20 years paying down. I want to get to know myself. And I just want to break out of this marathon because it's driving me crazy to feel like I always have to get back to this lane. I came back and I finished high school and I've been trying to just stay here and save up money to go travel long term, but it's not enough. Because the people I met when I've been lost from that marathon of a life, they've taught me for the past 3 years more things of value to me than anything I ever learned in school. And that's individual and that's okay. I feel like it's so difficult to trust your heart when you're young, because when you're young all you want is to fit in. You want what everyone else wants, and then it feels kind of like a curse when you have different dreams or desires or feeling of importance than what appeals to your peers. I mean, you try to change yourself so that you will fit in, so that your dreams kind of like associates or whatever with the dreams that the people around you have. And I've been letting myself feel judged for so long by my parents, by my peers, by my friends, by teachers, by counselors, by everyone. But everything I have is inside here, everything I need. I know what makes me feel alive, and I just want to go out and enjoy the world and meet people. I want my life to be a piece of art. I want my life to be like a painting. A painting that I will be painting like crazy in my 20s. I want to dedicate my 20s to, create the life of my dreams. And for me, that isn't necessarily the highest education and all that stuff. I want my painting of life, when I look back at it, I want to feel something. And I don't feel anything from, the ordinary things in life. I want a painting of emotions, of feelings, of experiences, of life. I want to look back at it and I want it to make me feel something. I want it to be filled with faces of people from all over the world. People who aren't teachers but still taught me everything I need to know from life. I want it to be faces of people from every culture, every religion, and every corner of the world that you can imagine. I want it to be filled with memories, with laughter, with, intensity and euphoric moments, and just an aliveness that I feel like I'm not experiencing right now. Dedicating my time to get somewhere I'm not sure I want to be. And if someone has some issues with that, then you might lose those people on the way, but I think that's going to be okay, because when you do what feels right to you, the universe presents you with amazing people who you never want to forget, ever. And that doesn't mean a life of any less value than what anyone else is choosing. I'm gonna cross off the first thing on my bucket list, which is to work in a different country. I just want to thank all of you who has already showed me so much support. Even though you don't know me, I really appreciate that, and I'm excited to bring you all along on my journey. And I'm sorry for this little messy video, but I hope you got some insight in who I am and what I want to do.